Chelsea, I've been yapping up a storm over here, talking about my days off and celebrating the girlfriend's birthday. Enough of that nonsense. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
What's today? Wednesday? Jake's going to play golf with his friends, so
Oh,
it's me and my daughter probably going to the playground. Even though I did tell you that my in-laws have a trampoline here at the house.
yeah.
So that's been a daily activity for us. And I have very much enjoyed jumping on the trampoline with my 2-year-old. It is very hard to be in a bad mood when you're on a trampoline. I've told you this before, Jinx.
Chelsea, what is your signature move? The booty drop where you just bounce on your butt and bounce right back up?
Called the booty bump,
Oh, the
where
booty
you just
bump. Sorry.
bounce on your butt and then you pop back up. It's a really athletic move, so maybe don't try it.
Yeah, listen, let's just clear the air here and make sure that we get everything straight. Chelsea is on a trampoline daily. Look, let me put it to you this way. Chelsea is in a different, she doesn't even live in Charlotte. You're in Charlotte right now, right?
Yes.
And yet you're still finding trampolines. So Chelsea is on a trampoline at home, on the road. So please, this is a public service announcement. If you happen to be on a trampoline and you hear Chelsea talking about how much fun it is, how great it is, how joyful it is, how it clears your sinuses, all of those things are great. But please, please don't try the booty bump unless you're an experienced trampoline user. That's like getting on a pair of skis and going immediately down the black diamonds.
Yeah. So as you know, big trampoline enthusiast. And then the rest of the day, I need to
Yeah.
get some kind of workout in because summer's coming and, swimsuit weather's coming. So I got to be in
Hmm.
good shape. So I've been ramping it up. I've been trying outdoor workouts. So I've been doing suicides and I look like an absolute crazy person because I
Oh
have
my
my
God.
stroller. I have my daughter. I put on some music so she dances to Gabby's
Mm.
Dollhouse and I'm running suicides on a soccer field.
That is absolutely insane. I work out 3 times a week, but I'm not you are hardcore. Like you work out. Me, I'm just like trying to keep my bones from being brittle. But I can't work out this week because I did something to my neck. So it's not a big deal. Like I slept on it wrong. I went to the chiropractor and he's like, no lifting for you. You got to stay away from all activity for a week and then you get back into it. So now I have an excuse to be lazy. Maybe order some Shake Shack or something. We'll see how that goes. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, the Joes and Aaron discuss NBA play-in action and best round one matchups. And if you missed our conversation with Nick Ashew about the NBA postseason, download and subscribe to the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcasts. All right, here we go. She's Chelsea. I'm Jinx. Last night we went 2-0 on our best bets. We're going to try and do it again. So let's find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
Chelsea, I know overall it wasn't your. However, your best bet went 1-0. So I'm looking for another winner, and I believe you're going to the diamond.
Yeah, looking at a first five under, my favorite F words in baseball are first five unders. And I'm going to be doing a lot of first five bets today, but looking at a first five, and I'm going to go first five under 4 in the Mets and Phillies game, getting a little plus money on the card because you can do alternate totals in the first five over at BetMGM. So first five under 4 in Mets, Phillies, plus 105. We've got 2 excellent pitchers going head to head here, Max Scherzer, Aaron Nola, and both these guys had a bit of a rocky start in their first outing of the season. However, we have the sample size. These are both excellent strikeout pitchers, and especially Aaron Nola, when he faced trouble, was in the 7th inning. He gave up 4 runs in the 7th to the A's last time out. So he was cruising through 5. It was just the 7th inning. So I think the first couple of times through the lineups, these guys will be dialed in enough to keep this under 4. And when you're playing this type of bet, you need one pitcher to deal and the other one just not to have a blow up, or you need both pitchers to just be decent. I think we can get that here with Max Scherzer, who's been excellent against the Phillies in his career, 14-4 with an ERA of 2.5 and 201 strikeouts in 25 appearances against the Phillies. And then looking at Aaron Nola against the Mets, 9-3 with an ERA of 3.12. So both these guys have fared well against these opponents. So I'm going to go first five under 4 plus 105 over at BetMGM for Mets and Phillies.
Ooh, I love that a lot. I'm playing it a little bit differently. I'm going -4 or not -4.5. I'm going 4.5 under 4.5 at -115. So we're playing it a little bit differently, but certainly have the same attitude and the same way we're looking at that game. Okay, I'm going to go for my best bet to the ice, Chelsea. No surprise here. Trying to make it 2 in a row with the old stick and puck. Tonight, we got the Philadelphia Flyers, who are so bad, hosting the New York Rangers. I love the blue shirts in this spot. Both teams are coming off the back end of a back-to-back, so no one really has an advantage when you look at that part of this matchup. But you just have to fade the Flyers, who are just, as I said, a terrible hockey team. They lost 9-2 to my Washington Capitals last night. Philly is averaging only 2.6 goals per game. Their power play is the worst in the NHL. They're also terrible defensively, giving up 3.5 goals per game. Now, the Rangers are minus 200 on the money line. I think they can win this thing in regulation. They also have Igor Shesterkin between the pipes. He is an absolute rock. I don't think this game is going to be close. Give me the Rangers on the three-way money line. They must win over 3 periods. I think they do. It's only minus 130 at BetMGM. That is my best bet. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking at you, Chelsea, and I see our good friend, the 8-Ball.
Oh, yes, the 8-Ball is here in Charlotte because no days off for the 8-Ball, except for when I take days off, I suppose. So 8-Ball, do we like our bets today? Let's start with the Mets and Phillies under 4 for plus money. 8-Ball, let's shake you up and see what you have to say. The 8-Ball says, it is decidedly so.
Yes. There you go. Let's get everybody on the same page. Come on, 8-Ball. Let's go.
All right, let's do a quick little peeky peek at what Jake's bet was. I'm not seeing it in the rundown. It was something to do with the Rangers, wasn't it?
Yes, just say Rangers. I don't even have the energy, Chelsea. It's my Friday. Come on. Rangers three-way money line, minus 130 over those terrible Flyers. Let's get it.
All right, 8-Ball, do we like the Rangers tonight in the NHL? Without a doubt.
That's what I'm talking about. Chelsea, I'm looking at us on our chat, and I'm also watching you on Twitch. We always talk to our crew on Twitch in the chat. So the people on Twitch, they have to see the 8-Ball. You got to model the 8-Ball for us. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is Price is Right level. This would make you want to purchase an 8-Ball. That's the famous 8-Ball. You can watch us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/BetQL. That's twitch.tv/BetQL. Chelsea, knowing you, I bet you have some leans tonight as well.
Oh, yes. These are not leans. These are plays that I am playing. And it's a CVS receipt type of night for me. But I'm going to narrow it down to just a couple. Going to the Hawks and Clint Capella, the center for the Atlanta Hawks, over his points and rebounds, over 25.5 for minus 120 over at BetMGM. It's a great matchup here, and he's gone over this number in 3 straight games. Looking at the matchup here, the Hornets, excuse me, I'm thinking about all these sports. The Hornets have allowed the second most rebounds and points to opposing centers over the course of the season, so they're not great against other big men, and Clint Capella has been a rebounding machine so far this season. He's averaged right at this number, 13 points, 13 rebounds against the Hornets this season. So I'll take a gamble and take Clint Capella over his points and rebounds for over 25.5. And then another play I do like in baseball, Cardinals first 5, minus a half, minus 120. This is less a play on the pitching and more of a play on the Cardinals bats, who have been on fire to start the season, especially in the first 5. When looking at the first 5 innings, St. Louis is averaging the second most runs of any team in baseball over the first 5 innings. 4.5 runs, which is a ton for the first 5 innings. So this lineup likes to strike early, and they have 3 out of their first 4 batters hitting over 300 this season. So I'm going to bank on that, and St. Louis minus a half over the Royals for minus 120.
Ooh, okay. I'm on the opposite side there, but that's not one of my leans because I'm not very confident in that pick. But the other lean that I have is I'm going to go to the Dodgers-Twins game. Now, I'm not going to lay so much juice with the Dodgers full game, but they've got Clayton Kershaw on the mound for the first time this season. He's probably going to be on a pitch count, won't go too long in this game, but he's facing Chris Paddock, who had an ERA over 5 last season. And if you look back at how he performed in spring training, not great. An abbreviated spring training, I know. But based on how Paddock performed last season and the fact that he hasn't looked good, at least in the early returns during practices, I think the Dodgers bats come alive. And they certainly did yesterday in this series finally. And they get on Paddock early. Because Kershaw is going to be on a pitch count, Again, I'm not going to lay the juice for 9 innings, but I love Kershaw to go out, dominate early, Paddock to get roughed up. And Dodgers' first 5 run line, all they have to do is be up by a run. Pretty cheap price, I think. It's minus 120 at BetMGM, so that's my lean at least. Dodgers' first 5 run line, minus 120. Love that play, and my best bet is on the stick and pop.
I also have one more that I'm going to slide in there real quick. Astros got to run it back because they have their ace in the mound, Framber Valdez, coming off an excellent opening day start, going against the Diamondbacks today, who have been absolutely putrid offensively, with the exception of that Seth Beer walk-off home run on National Beer Day. So, yeah, I'm backing the Astros, one of the best teams in baseball, with their ace. It's minus 155, which I feel like is a decent price for a really good team. So I'm going to add that to the card as well.
Before we let you go, time for your BetQL 5-star best bets. For insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets, you can download the BetQL app. Here's what my donkey son has today. What? Yeah, and you'll stay alone in that dark room, in that dark studio, and I'll come in when you maybe start winning again. You had that great night. You followed it up with a big loser. I know. Son, we're running out of time. The Donkster says under 235.5 Hornets Hawks, under 226 Spurs Pelicans. Here comes the chalk. Also likes the Braves on the money line, minus 210 in Major League Baseball, and Mariners White Sox under 9. Do any of those bets appeal to you as my donkey son tries to get on the right side, Chelsea?
Rooting for 2 unders?
Yeah.
No thanks. And in the NBA, nah, not for me.
No thanks, donkey. You're too fat anyway. You'll get your oats later.